Let me tell you something. Real successful people practice gratitude because gratitude keeps them hungry. And if you ever lose your hunger, you lose your edge. See, entitlement makes you comfortable, but gratitude keeps you grinding. When you're grateful, you don't walk around like the world owes you something. You walk around knowing every opportunity is a gift, every chance is borrowed time, and every win is earned through sweat, sacrifice, and sleepless nights. Successful people remember the days when nobody clapped for them. They remember being counted out, overlooked, laughed at, and doubted. Gratitude takes them back to that place, not to live there, but to draw fuel from it, because when you remember how far you've come, you refuse to take where you are for granted. You don't coast, you don't slack, you don't say, "I've made it." No. You say, "I've been blessed, now let me work even harder to prove I deserve this." Entitlement says, asterisk, "I should have more by now." Asterisk, gratitude says, asterisk, "I'm thankful I've made it this far, but I'm not done." Asterisk, that difference right there. That's the difference between people who peak early and people who keep climbing. Gratitude humbles you, and humility is power. When you're humble, you're coachable. When you're coachable, you grow. Successful people stay grateful because gratitude reminds them that talent alone didn't get them here. Discipline did, sacrifice did, people helping them did, and when you know others played a role in your success, you stop acting big, and you start acting responsible. Responsible for showing up early, responsible for staying late, responsible for being excellent even when no one is watching. Let me be clear, gratitude does asterisk, not asterisk, make you satisfied with less. It makes you dissatisfied with wasted potential. You're thankful for the opportunity, but you're hungry for the mission. You're grateful for the platform, but you're obsessed with the purpose. Successful people say, "Thank you," and then they put their head down and work like everything could disappear tomorrow. Because they know something most people forget. Nothing is promised. That job, not promised. That health, not promised. That momentum, not promised. Gratitude keeps that reality front and center. And when you know tomorrow isn't guaranteed, you give today everything you've got. You don't complain about the grind. You're thankful you're strong enough to handle it. You don't whine about pressure. You're grateful you're trusted with responsibility. You don't act entitled to success. You earn it daily. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Entitlement makes you weak. The moment you believe you deserve success without sacrifice, you stop pushing. You stop sharpening your skills. You stop respecting the process. But gratitude makes you dangerous, because a grateful person knows what it feels like to have nothing, and they refuse to go back. That's why successful people practice gratitude every single day, not once a year, not when things are going well. Every day they wake up thankful, and that thankfulness turns into fire. Fire to work, fire to improve. Fire to dominate their lane without disrespecting anyone else's. So if you want the next level, don't ask for more first. Be grateful for what you have asterisk, and then asterisk go harder than ever before. Because gratitude doesn't slow success down. Gratitude is what keeps success chasing you. Let me tell you why successful people practice gratitude even when life is heavy. Because gratitude changes how the mind asterisk interprets pressure asterisk fears to the E-surface, so they can be faced isurface, so they can be faced. Everybody faces problems. Everybody gets hit. Everybody has moments where the plan doesn't work and the door slams shut. The difference is not the obstacle. The difference is the mindset. Successful people don't see problems as punishment. They see them as preparation. And gratitude is what trains the mind to make that shift. See, when you're ungrateful, every setback feels personal. You start asking asterisk, why me? Asterisk, you start believing the world is against you. You complain, you freeze. You quit, But when you practice gratitude, your question changes. You ask asterisk, what is this trying to teach me? Asterisk, that one question separates victims from victors. Gratitude forces your mind to look for value even in pain. Successful people understand this. Life isn't happening asterisk to asterisk you. It's happening asterisk for asterisk you. That rejection, it built resilience. That loss, it built wisdom. That delay, it built patience. Gratitude doesn't erase the struggle, but it gives the struggle meaning. And when pain has meaning, it no longer controls you. Let's be real, anybody can stay positive when things are smooth. But success isn't built on smooth days. It's built on pressure-filled days when nothing is going your way and you still show up ready to work. Gratitude is the mental muscle that keeps you showing up. It reminds you that even in the storm, you still have breath in your lungs, vision in your mind, and purpose in your heart. And as long as you've got that, you've got opportunity. Ungrateful people magnify obstacles. Grateful people magnify options. When a door closes, the ungrateful mind says asterisk, that's it. Asterisk, the grateful mind says asterisk, where's the window? Asterisk, that's not optimism, that's discipline. That's training your brain to hunt for solutions instead of excuses. Successful people practice gratitude because it sharpens awareness. They notice opportunities others miss because they're not distracted by complaining. While others are focused on what went wrong, grateful people are focused on what still works. And that focus creates momentum. You don't need everything to be perfect. You just need one move, one opening, one decision to change everything. Gratitude also protects your confidence. When setbacks come, and they will, gratitude reminds you of past victories. It reminds you that you've survived worse. It tells your mind, asterisk, this isn't new, I've been here before. And I overcame, asterisk, that memory builds courage. And courage fuels action. Action creates results. Let me say this clearly. Complaining feels good in the moment, but it poisons long-term success. Gratitude might feel uncomfortable at first, especially when things hurt, but it strengthens you. It forces you to take responsibility for your response, even when you can't control the situation. And that's power, real power. Successful people don't wait for circumstances to improve before they become grateful. They become grateful asterisk, first asterisk, and that gratitude changes how they move. They speak differently. They think differently. They act differently, and because of that, they attract different results. So if you want to level up, stop asking life to remove the obstacles. Start thanking life for the lessons, because the moment you see opportunity where others see obstruction, that's the moment you separate yourself from the crowd. And that's why successful people practice gratitude, because gratitude turns pressure into progress and problems into pathways. Let me tell you something most people don't understand about success. It's not built on motivation, it's built on asterisk emotional strength asterisk. Motivation comes and goes, feelings change, energy rises and falls, but consistency is what separates the average from the elite. And successful people practice gratitude because gratitude stabilizes the emotions when life tries to shake you. See, when you're not grateful, you become emotional about everything. One bad comment ruins your day. One setback makes you question your purpose. One slow season makes you think you're failing, but gratitude anchors you. It reminds you that your worth is not tied to today's results. It reminds you that the journey is bigger than one moment. And when your emotions are stable, your effort becomes consistent. Successful people don't let their feelings run their lives. They don't work only when they feel inspired. They work because they're thankful for the opportunity to work. Gratitude turns discipline into devotion. You're not showing up because you asterisk have to asterisk. You're showing up because you asterisk get to asterisk. And that shift changes everything. Let me be clear, gratitude doesn't mean you ignore frustration, pain, or fatigue. It means you don't allow those emotions to control your behavior. You acknowledge the struggle, but you still move forward. You say, this is hard, but I'm thankful I'm strong enough to handle hard. That mindset builds resilience. And resilience is required for long-term success. Emotional weakness leads to inconsistency. Emotional strength leads to mastery. Gratitude builds emotional strength because it trains you to zoom out. Instead of reacting to every small problem, you see the bigger picture. You remember the progress you've made. You remember the battles you've already won. And that memory gives you the patience to stay the course when results are slow. Successful people know this truth. Results are delayed, not denied. But if you're not emotionally strong, you'll quit before the delay ends. Gratitude keeps you in the game long enough to win. It reminds you that growth is happening even when you can't see it. That your effort matters even when applause is absent. And let's talk about pressure. Pressure exposes who you really are. When life gets heavy, ungrateful people complain and collapse. Grateful people adapt and advance. Why? Because gratitude keeps their spirit intact. They don't break under pressure because they're focused on what's still working, not just what's going wrong. Gratitude also protects you from burnout. When you forget why you started, everything feels heavy. When you remember how far you've come, the weight becomes manageable. Successful people practice gratitude daily because it reconnects them to purpose. It reminds them that the grind has meaning. And when the grind has meaning, you can endure almost anything. Consistency is not about perfection, it's about persistence. Showing up on good days and bad days, winning days and losing days, and gratitude makes that possible. It turns pain into perspective and struggle into strength. So if you want to become unstoppable, don't just train your body or sharpen your skills. Train your emotions. Practice gratitude when it's easy and especially when it's hard. Because the person who can stay thankful in the storm is the person who will still be standing when the storm passes. That's why successful people practice gratitude. Not because life is easy, but because gratitude makes them strong enough to finish what they started. Let me give you a truth that will change how you see success. Nobody wins alone. I don't care how talented you are, how gifted you are, or how hard you grind. If you think success is a solo mission, you've already limited your future. Successful people practice gratitude because gratitude keeps them connected to people, and people are the bridge to every next level. See, ungrateful people burn bridges without realizing it. They take credit, they forget names, they act like they did it all by themselves. And eventually they find themselves alone at the top, or worse, stuck halfway because nobody wants to help them climb anymore. But grateful people, they build ladders everywhere they go. They say thank you. They show appreciation. They recognize effort, and because of that, people want to pour into them. Gratitude is leadership. Gratitude is influence. Gratitude is respect in action. Successful people understand that when you value people, people give you more than their time. They give you their energy, their loyalty, and their best effort. A simple "I appreciate you" can unlock commitment money can't buy, and in a world where everyone wants credit, gratitude makes you stand out. Let me say this clearly, talent might get you noticed, but gratitude keeps you supported. Skills open doors, but relationships keep them open. Successful people practice gratitude because they know opportunities flow through people. Mentors, teammates, supporters, critics, every one of them plays a role in growth. And when you honor that, your impact expands. Gratitude also keeps ego in check. The moment you think you're self-made is the moment you stop growing. Gratitude reminds you that someone taught you, someone encouraged you, someone believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. That awareness makes you humble, and humility makes you teachable, and teachable people evolve faster. Here's another truth. People don't follow titles, they follow energy. Grateful leaders create environments where people feel seen and valued. That kind of energy multiplies effort. Teams go harder, families grow stronger, communities rise. Gratitude turns individual success into collective success. And let's talk about impact. Success without impact is empty. You can have money, status, and recognition and still feel unfulfilled. Successful people practice gratitude because gratitude pushes them to give back. When you're thankful for what you've received, you feel responsible to pass it on. You mentor, you uplift, you serve, and that service creates legacy. Gratitude also helps you handle success the right way. When wins come, grateful people don't brag, they bow. They acknowledge the journey, the struggle, and the support system. And because of that, success doesn't corrupt them, it strengthens them. Let me tell you something powerful. People will forget what you achieved, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Gratitude leaves a mark, it builds trust, it builds goodwill, and goodwill opens doors you didn't even knock on. So if you want to go further than your talent can take you, practice gratitude, thank the people who helped you. Appreciate the ones who challenge you. Honor the process that shaped you, because when you lift others, life has a way of lifting you higher. That's why successful people practice gratitude, not just to feel good, but to build relationships, expand influence, and create an impact that lasts long after the applause fades.